Hi everybody, I'm Julie Kerr, writer and director of the indie nerdy comedy Geek Loves Punk, and today I'm back to doing happy stuff. So today my episode is about a show called Doctor Who, and it is 5 of my favorite things about Doctor Who, and like I'll explain like what we could learn from Doctor Who if like Doctor Who was our life coach. The other thing I want to say is yeah, I'm back to doing happy stuff. Okay. Okay, so if you've never seen Doctor Who, it's definitely science fiction. It's unapologetic science fiction. I love science fiction because I like how it helps me think about the world in a metaphorical way. Because usually really good science fiction is a metaphor for stuff that happens in real life. So, I love all the cheesy B-movie sci-fi effects with Doctor Who, and I say that with love. Like, I legit love Doctor Who effects. The dialects are really cool. Oh, I forgot to get. I'll grab some of my Doctor Who swag. Okay, I'll do that at the end of the video. But yeah, what this video is about, I just started watching the latest seasons where Doctor Who's played by Jodie Whittaker. But if just letting you know, like if you've never seen Doctor Who before, it's about an alien who looks pretty much like a person, but it's about an alien who has a spaceship called the TARDIS, and he or she, depending on the alien, regenerates. You can Google what that means. Okay, so the doctor, I'll just say the doctor, but the doctor has a spaceship, and it's a time machine. So the doctor uses the time machine to either go back in time or to go to just basically different adventures. And all these ventures, like sometimes they go back in time, sometimes they're in the future, but you just kind of learn something really cool. Okay. And the thing I like about the Doctor too is, oh, I do have some swag. The Doctor usually has something called a sonic screwdriver. Yeah, it was my friend who actually gave me this. And it is my goal one day to own all of the sonic screwdrivers. Okay, but yeah, here it is. That's a sonic screwdriver. It's really cool. And you can, okay, in the show, he uses this, the doctor uses it to like open doors. If a computer's not working, it actually is very useful. You can do a lot of cool stuff with it. Yeah, and so that's one of them that my friend gave me. The other thing I want to say is that because of Doctor Who, it was on sale, but I got this jacket. It was on sale. It was half off. But it's kind of hot today, so it's a very heavy jacket. But I did get this jacket because of Doctor Who, so you can only see a little bit of it. It's basically a pea coat, but it's fun to wear. People tend to compliment me when I wear it because, yeah, I don't know. But I do get to wear my pea coat. Also, my friend gave me like these bow ties, as you can see. So if I'm feeling very Doctor Who-ish, if you will. Yeah, I'll put on my pea coat, a bow tie, and then I take my sonic screwdriver, and I don't know, I feel cool. Okay, I'm a nerd. I love myself, and nerds are awesome. Okay, so yeah, we'll see how long I can wear this, because it's April, and no, it's March. It's March, and it's hot. Okay, but anyway, yeah, so Doctor Who is really cool, and yeah, I'm already hot. So Doctor Who is really cool, and I don't know. Oh, I know. The thing about the sonic screwdriver is like Doctor Who is not really, the Doctor is not really into violence. The Doctor's about intellect. The Doctor's about thinking things through. And I just think that's cool because if you look at this sonic screwdriver, see, it's not like threatening, although it can do a lot of cool stuff. But if someone in the world of Doctor Who, if someone was to aim like a gun at you or something, you could take your sonic screwdriver and like go like that, and then the gun doesn't work anymore. See, this thing's cool. So I like that it's not really about violence, it's more about intellect. But it's still an exciting, fun show, but it's definitely science fiction. Like, it's unapologetically science fiction, so if you're not into sci-fi, you're not gonna like the show, but I love the show. Okay, so with that, you know, that's just an intro into what Doctor Who is. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to talk about my 5 favorite things about about the show. Okay, so my first favorite thing about Doctor Who is a character named Donna Noble. I'm going to put that, the picture somewhere in this frame. Okay. Now, you know, keeping it real, since I'm gay, I think Donna Noble is, like, legit sexy and cool and awesome, amazing. And the thing I like about Donna Noble is, I have a friend who thinks the same thing. Whenever we talk about our favorite companions, the Doctor has something called a companion. I know that sounds weird. It's basically a sidekick. But, so, you know, the Doctors, the companions are just as famous, in my opinion, and as important as the Doctors. Because the Doctor regenerates. You can Google that if you don't know what that means. Okay, but yeah, Donna Noble is one of the companions. What I like about her is, I think this is very sexy. My friend agrees with me, is that, we first meet Donna Noble. She's a companion. She somehow ends up in Doctor Who's spaceship. The TARDIS is what it's called. And it's David Tennant playing the Doctor. And I like David Tennant's style. He's wearing like a suit with sneakers and like a loose tie. And it's just, and he has these 3D glasses and he uses them for sci-fi reasons. And it's cool. Like, I like it. Okay. So Donna Noble ends up in David Tennant's or Doctor Who's spaceship, and none of them know why she's there. So she's like, what? I'm so sorry. They talk in UK accents, and hopefully I'm doing it right. The UK is awesome. Okay. I've never been, but I've been told it's awesome. So, okay. So she's like, what? And then he's like, what? And then they just start saying what back and forth to each other. And what I like about it is sometimes Doctor Who gets these companions who like totally like into him, like in love with him. And that's legit. That's legit, right? I totally get why people crush on David Tennant, Doctor Who. But since I'm a lesbian, okay, I like with Donna Noble, like, she's always, like, an equal to David Tennant or Doctor Who. She's always kind of busting his chops, and I think that's hot. so I like that, as soon as they're in the spaceship together, they're equally matched. She's like, what? They do that for, like, 10 minutes. And not 10 minutes, but for a minute. And he's like, what? And she's like, what? They go back and forth because they have no idea why she's in the spaceship. Also, like, Doctor Who can be sort of this, like, celebrity in his little neck of the woods, which is why sometimes his companions go goo goo gaga over him, and that's legit, that's legit. But I love with Donna Noble, she does not want to be there. She's in a wedding dress. It's called, I think it's called The Runaway Bride or something like that. But look up Donna Noble, her first episode. Honestly, that's a great episode to introduce you to Doctor Who. Like, honestly, start with that episode, I would say, if you want to get a vibe for what the show is. Okay, so, but the whole show, that first episode where you get to see her, she's in a wedding dress most of the time. Her and Doctor Who are just busting each other's chops. They're equally matched in wit, and it's just hilarious. I started watching the episode last night, and I hadn't seen it in a while, and it was so funny, because she's like, oh, I got kidnapped by a Martian, and he's like, I'm not from Mars. Science fiction humor. Okay, so, yeah, so it's like the whole episode, they're just equals, and I like it. It's funny, and it is sexy, and it's like, it's not, they're more like, it's like a buddy comedy, and I love it. It's a buddy comedy between Donna Noble and the Doctor, and they're equally witted, except she's learning about all this sci-fi stuff. So, yeah, she's my favorite part of Doctor Who, and like I said, I think she's sexy, but I think what we can learn from her is being confident about who you are, even if you don't have, like, superpowers, because she doesn't have superpowers the way Doctor Who does, but she's still, like, confident and strong and awesome, so she's a great role model for all human beings. I think, anyways, yeah. Okay, The second thing I really like about Doctor Who is my second favorite companion is Clara Oswald. I think I said her name right, and I'll put her picture here. But it's kind of the same deal. Like she was the companion to a new Doctor, Peter Capaldi, and I like her because it's the same deal. So like they're equals, and I think that's hot. So they're like buddies, and like she's busting his chops, and I like that. And but like, they're equals. Like I like the Doctor. I like David Tennant, or I think it was Matt Smith, and then Peter Capaldi, and then now it's Jodie Whittaker. I like all the Doctors. So, and I even went back deep cut. I went back and saw an episode from all the different Doctors. There's been a lot of actors to play the Doctor, but yeah, I just think she's just strong and quick-witted, and her and Peter Capaldi, they're always equals, and I like that. I think it's funny and cool and awesome, and so I really like her character overall in the show. She's actually my second favorite companion, and my second favorite thing about the whole series, which is, I know, there's so much you could cover about Doctor Who. Okay, the third favorite thing about Doctor Who that I like is an episode. It's an episode where the Doctor's played by Matt Smith, I believe is his name. And the episode's called Vincent and the Doctor. And I would say that's one of my all-time favorite episodes. When I watched that episode, I was like bawling, crying. So the idea is, to sum up, the Doctor goes back in time with his companions. They meet Vincent Van Gogh. I might not be saying that right, but you know who I'm talking about. And there's a comedian who said that Vincent Van Gogh might have been a jerk or something. I don't know. I don't know anything about him, but I do know that like he never reached commercial success. He passed away, and then his commercial success came afterwards. And now, like, he's probably one of the most well-known painters of all time. And there was the immersive Van Gogh exhibit in San Francisco that I went to. My friend had free tickets, but it was really pretty. And I got, like, a Vincent Van Gogh painting. I hope I'm saying it right. Sorry if I'm not saying his name right. But in the episode, what happens is Doctor Who, they go and get Vincent Van Gogh. They have like this adventure. I think there's giant bees because it's a sci-fi show. But then they come to the future and they bring Vincent Van Gogh to the future. And Vincent Van Gogh is at a museum and he's seeing the impact that his paintings have on the world. And they ask a tour guide, and Vincent Van Gogh can't believe what's happening. He's like, oh my gosh. And then they ask a tour guide. They ask the tour guide, they're like, hey, can you explain to us who Vincent Van Gogh is? Because we don't really know who he is. And they're bluffing, right? But the tour guide in front of Vincent Van Gogh, who came to the future from a spaceship, it's a sci-fi show. So the tour guide, so Vincent Van Gogh, the actual person, this is in the context of the show. Here's the tour guide. And the tour guide is the guy from Love Actually who sang that song and then got naked. Oh, that guy's so funny. Okay, so anyway. But he gives a really good heartfelt monologue, and he's like, Vincent Van Gogh is one of the greatest painters of all time. His paintings have helped tons of people. Millions of people, have touched the lives of millions of people. I'm paraphrasing. But the way they play it, the way the actor gives that monologue, the way the actor playing Vincent Van Gogh breaks down, and I think he breaks down and cries. I'm a little rusty. But that episode, I was crying, bawling my eyes out, because in the context of the show, Vincent Van Gogh gets to, it's either go or goth. It's Friday. I didn't look it up. Okay, I was at work all day. Okay, so, but in that episode, Vincent Van Gogh, he starts crying because he gets to see the impact that his paintings had on the world, because his paintings are gorgeous. The one I have is like, it's this gorgeous sunshine. It's gorgeous. His paintings are gorgeous. As someone who doesn't really know a lot about painting, that episode had me bawling, crying. Seeing Van Gogh have that moment where he got to see how his art impacted the world. Okay, and then what they do, and this is the part where I like cried again. So they take Vincent Van Gogh, they take him back to where his timeline, right? And, oh right, the thing is that Vincent Van Gogh, like, committed suicide. Oh, I should have said trigger warning about this whole episode. This episode that's happening right now of my YouTube show. Anyway, a trigger warning that I'm gonna briefly talk about suicide. Sorry, but this is just an episode about the entire series of Doctor Who. Okay. But yeah, trigger warning, and I'll put a hotline down below if you're feeling suicidal. That's a big deal. I've dealt with depression my whole life, and you know, I'm okay. But I have empathy for you if you're feeling depressed or suicidal or anything like that. And I'll put a hotline down below. Please stay alive and please stay with me. Please don't hurt yourself. Okay. All right. But so they take Vincent Van Gogh back to his timeline. And you know, he's seen, you know, the impact that his art has had, but historically speaking, Vincent Van Gogh did commit suicide. Pretty sure that's true. So So in the episode, Vincent Van Gogh has seen all the impact that his work will have, but then they find out that Vincent Van Gogh, he still commits suicide, and I was crying, bawling about that because, in my opinion, the way I interpret the episode, Vincent Van Gogh, but he's still, the depression, the pain, it's still so painful that he decides to tap out, to opt out. He still commits suicide. Excuse me. And it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking because the way they depict in Doctor Who, they depict Vincent Van Gogh as like this really nice guy. So I have no idea what it was like in real life, but you know, I always thought he was a nice guy too, but never, you know, I had no idea. But yeah, and it just showed the pain and the power of when someone feels really depressed and sad, because I've totally been there, you know what I mean? And as someone who's dealt with depression my whole life. So I was like, wow, but I'm gonna stay alive. I'm not gonna follow Vincent Van Gogh's lead on that. So, but it's such a powerful episode on depression and pain and art, and it's so good, and it's under the guise of this really cool sci-fi show. So it's one of my favorite things about Doctor Who. Okay, okay, right. So my fourth favorite thing about Doctor Who. So straight up. So who's your favorite Doctor, right? If that's the question. My favorite Doctor, straight up, is Peter Capaldi. I just think he's cool. He plays guitar. I don't know. He just has swag. He's got swagger. I think he's cool. I like him. Peter Capaldi, that's my favorite Doctor. I just think he's cool. Like, it's like, this guy's my style. Okay. So with Peter Capaldi, I just loved his friendship with Clara, and it was just cool. Like, it's such a great depiction of friendship. Like, they're equals and they respect each other and they learn from each other. So the thing about, there's an episode called Heaven Sent. Yeah, okay. There's an episode called Heaven Sent, and in that episode, Clara has passed away. It's a sci-fi show, so I forget what happens. Pretty sure she comes back, but sci-fi show, she's passed away. So Peter Capaldi, or the Doctor, he goes to like this like tower in the middle of the ocean in space or something, but he basically he has to do this riddle or something, but he keeps trying to bring her back. He keeps fighting to bring his friend back who passed away. So he does this cycle over and over and over again. I'm a little rusty, but I'm picturing a Doctor Who nerd being like, actually in the episode. I say that with love because I'm a Doctor Who nerd. But okay, so I'm a little rusty, but I do remember that Peter Capaldi, he like does this cycle over and over again trying to save his friend. And eventually, I'm pretty sure it works. But as it turns out, he stayed in this cycle for like millions or billions of years trying to save his friend until it worked and he saved his friend. He saved Clara. And I remember crying and like bawling, and I love it. And the metaphor there is, I know that's like a lot. That's like a lot. But it's sci-fi. They have to amp it up because it's sci-fi. But what I like about that episode is it's the power of friendship, it's the power of love, it's the power of people going to the end of the earth for each other. It's the power of empathy and the humanity in general. So it's just cool. I just thought that was really touching that he went to that extent to save his friend. And I think it worked. I'm rusty. Okay. So finally, my 5th favorite thing about Doctor Who, and I'm about 4 or 5 episodes in, because I went down a big Star Trek rabbit hole. So I finished Star Trek The Next Generation. I watched all the Star Trek movies, but now I'm back to Doctor Who. So my 5th favorite thing about Doctor Who is Jodie Whittaker. I think she's great. I think she's great as the Doctor. I like her style. Like, literally, I like how they designed her as the Doctor. I think she has big shoes to fill. The fact that the Doctor for the first time regenerated into a woman, which is kind of cool. Does that mean the Doctor's non-binary? I don't know. Did I just open a big can of worms? I don't know. But it's just cool. So Jodie Whittaker, I think she's funny. The 4 or 5 episodes I'd watch. So I'll put a picture of her. I like her companions so far. They're cool. She's got 3 companions. They're all super cool. I'll put like, I will put pictures of them. Yeah, I think she's funny, she's witty, she's smart. You know, when she says, it's a big line when the Doctor says, I'm the Doctor, and that's just cool. She's got a cool sonic screwdriver. She's charming. That's pretty important if you're the Doctor. There's got to be some charm, some charisma there. So, and she's got such big shoes to fill because she's the first lady Doctor in Doctor Who. But yeah, she's my 5th favorite thing about the Doctor. So yes. So yeah, if Doctor Who was our life coach, what could we learn? We can learn to be confident and awesome and witty and empathetic and compassion, how to be artists, how to be good to ourselves, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Self-care, be good to yourself, say nice things to yourself. There. Pat yourself on the back when you do a good job, because we don't want to follow in Vincent Van Gogh's the footsteps as far as the decision he make. Yeah, and find the thing that we're into, like playing electric guitar, like with Peter Capaldi, but being there for our friends, vice versa. Like Clara, in my opinion, and the Doctor, they were there for each other, like equally, and I like that. And then just like being a trailblazer, like Jodie Whittaker in this context, like being a trailblazer, being the first and doing it well is something we can all learn from all the Doctors in the show Doctor Who. Okay, so there you go. That's what I like about Doctor Who. I think it's pretty cool. I do have a little more Doctor Who swag I can show you. Yeah, but okay, yeah, I'm Julie Kerr, writer and director of the indie nerdy comedy Geek Loves Punk. I hope you like this. Yeah, and if you could check out my website, subscribe. If you join my email list, you get coupons to all my stuff on my website. Yeah, come join the awesomeness at my website. Yeah, at www.juliekerrstudios.com. Yeah, and remember to be awesome, feel awesome, be good to yourself, be cool. Like the Doctor, pick which one's your favorite. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'm going to show you a little bit more of my Doctor Who swag, just a little bit. Okay. Okay, y'all, I'm back, just showing you a little more swag. Okay, so my friend, same friend who gave me the sonic screwdriver, she gave me these Doctor Who Christmas ornaments. So that is the TARDIS, that's the spaceship. It's bigger on the inside. That's the joke. But it is. If you go inside, it's huge and gigantic. Okay? And then I got this really cool dialect ornament for a Christmas tree. The dialects are one of my favorite villains of all time, of all TV and movies. And just because they're shiny and cool and they talk funny, I say that with love, but they're like, what do they say? They just talk kind of funny. And there's an episode where Clara's like inside one of these. It's a pretty good episode, and she's trying to convince the Doctor that it's her. Anyway, and he almost, okay, it's a really good episode. And then my friend got me this tea bag, and it's the TARDIS again. So yeah, it's a really cool show. I totally recommend it. That's my Doctor Who swag. Oh, and then my friend, so shout out to my friend Emilio who gave me this. This is cool. Also, a viewer, Edward, asked me what my favorite color is. And my favorite color has always been blue. All shades of blue. I like blue. But, you know, I like all the colors. But yeah, my favorite color is blue. Okay, so shout out to Edward. Shout out to Emilio. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say about Doctor Who. Again, I'm Julie Kerr, writer and director of the indie nerdy comedy Geek Loves Punk. You can check out all my stuff at www.juliekerrstudios.com. Feel free to like, subscribe, ring the bell, all this stuff. And you can check out podcasts, Instagram, yeah, all this stuff. And again, if you join my email list, you get coupons for everything on sale at my website. Yeah, okay, www.juliekerrstudios.com. Thank you so much for watching. And remember to be awesome, to feel awesome, and be cool. And it's okay to walk around like, hey, I'm a school of Doctor Who. Especially if you're a nerd. It's okay to be a nerd. Me too. So, alright, go forth and be... Okay, go forth and be awesome, just like Doctor Who, and be kind to yourself. Remember, life's hard, so be good to yourself. Okay, thank you for watching. I'm Julie Kerr, writer and director of the indie nerdy comedy Geek Loves Punk. God bless, love y'all. Talk to you later.